Hi, my name's Matt, and my wife Tammy's holding the camera. We're the owners of Adventure Canopies, and today I want to go over our Tandem sunshade. What you get in the bag is a forward shade, a rear shade, a carry bag, the hubs that need to be mounted to your kayak, stainless steel screws, and I have a couple tools that we're going to use to do the installation. New for this year is easier way for doing height adjustments. It's an exclusive pole that's patent pending with our company. Let's go ahead and get started. Is what I've done. We already had this canopy installed on the kayak, but I removed our center hubs, and I'll show you how we're going to do that installation. So when we do our installation, the first step is to install our center hubs. Then we'll move to the forward hubs and then the rear hubs. And I have some general measurements that need to be taken to properly place these hubs. For our center hubs, you want to measure back 12 to 14 inches from the forward seat. And the point from where we measure is on the front side of the backrest. So if I try to go, just an approximate measurement, our hubs are going to install the center of the hub will be at 13 inches, okay? So let me put those in place. Now, when I initially installed these, I did use our drill, and I prefer to drill a pilot hole. So it's not required. It's just a preference. So let me go ahead and install that. These hubs will have a rope attached to it. Make sure the rope goes through the weep hole on the inside. And you locate your pre-drilled holes. Now when you tighten these up, you don't have to don't over tighten it. So there's a gasket here, and you see that gasket collapse just slightly. That's all, the only pressure you need. And now I've put a second hole in place. And then again, just slight pressure to hold it in place. Okay? With the forward hubs are going to be measured 68 to 75 inches forward of the center hubs. Okay? So you measure from center hub to center hub. So if I walk this forward, we're right at 68 inches. When you're placing your forward hubs, you need to make sure that you have a minimum of 8 inches between the hubs. And the reason that you want this is because as this becomes thinner, you're going to start to lose stability of the shade. So the wider you can go, the better. And then on the rear hubs are going to measure 52 inches back from the center hubs. So again, I'm going to measure from the center of the hub and measure back 52 inches. My 52-inch mark is going to fall right at this hook for the shock cord on the kayak. So I went a couple inches back. Okay? So we're at 56 inches. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the second hub in place. With the second hub, again, you can measure 12 to 14 inches back from the front side of the backrest. Or you can find a location that's similar on your kayak. So here are the hooks for the seats, and I see that we're slightly off of this indention that's in the kayak. So on the other side, I'm going to go just to the rear of that indention. And tighten these up. Again, don't over tighten, just enough to collapse that gasket. Okay. Now let me show you how we unfold our canopy and get that set in place. I'm going to clear off our table. Alright, to unfold the canopy, unroll it. You want to do this on a flat surface. Don't try to do it on your kayak on the beach side or lake side, and do it on a flat surface. These ties are just there for shipping. You can hang on to them if you like. You unfold the fiberglass poles. The shock cord will pull them in place. And you spread your frame like that. You see that there's a crossbar. You want to take one end of the crossbar that's forward and slide it to the rear. Okay? You see a sliding T on each side. You take your fiberglass pole and put it in place on either side. Okay? There's a set of webbing straps. I'm going to go ahead and remove this. And we're going to set it right here for now. You take your webbing strap and put these in place. You're going to have a little bit of tension, that's okay. And it can be adjusted if needed. If you do adjust it, just make sure you keep some tension on it. This set of T's is where your rear canopy will attach. The best way to get it through the fabric is to roll it forward underneath your pole, lift the opening, and allow the T to fall in place. And then do the same with the second T. Just roll it under, and as it rolls up, it falls in place. Okay? I'm going to remove this and set these aside. I'll show you in a few minutes what these straps are for. You want this side to match the same thing that you have over here on the other side. So you have a rope that's going to go around the T. So this rope is already around the T. And then it's going to go underneath and through this connector. Okay? And that's the same thing you have on the other side. Just make sure to match both sides. And then take your carabiner and grab that rope. Alright? Then secure your other webbing strap. Alright, let's get this on the kayak. And we'll finish up our installation. What I do is lay it flat as possible. Adjust the cross connector till you get the same width. Now, as what I've done for the video is removed these two screws, one on each side, because this hub will pivot. And you want the hub to pivot to where your ball is straight into the hub connector. Okay? And I'll show you how to make that adjustment. Just roll that forward and set this in place. Now let me show you this forward hub real quick. You'll see that typically the hubs will fall in line with the contour of your kayak. But as you can see, there's rotation, and you just want your pole to go directly into this hub, and it makes it more secure. And I've got two screws set aside here, and let me just tighten those up. So when you install your forward hub, if you're pre-drilling it, pre-drill this hole, and then leave this one open so you can rotate your hub so it lines up. And then once it's lined up, drill it and screw it. Alright, once this is set in place, you want to check your height. If you do need more height, this has a 7-inch pole that we build the product with. Your height adjustment kit comes with 7, 10, and 13-inch adapters. So I'm going to take out our 10-inch adapters, and I'll show you how we change these out. Just drop your canopy. Slide these out. Fit it back through the retainer and into the ball connector. Then take your shock cord and stretch it out. You do the same thing on both sides. Lost my pole. Get that back in the retainer and into the ball connector. Okay, so now your height will be about 3 inches taller than what you had previously. Alright, so that's a simple height adjustment. You take your ropes, secure them to the loop on the center hub, and then tighten them up. Again, no need to over tighten. Pulls your spreader bar back because that's where your second canopy is going to attach. I'll tighten up this side. Okay. And now let me show you the rear canopy. Again, very similar to the forward canopy. Just roll your poles in place. These are for packing. Again, you can hang on to them. Everything snaps right in place. You spread the left and right side of the frame out. And you secure your center pole. This webbing gets secured the same way on the forward side of your angle connector and snap it in place. You should feel a little tension when you put this in place. Alright, this canopy is ready to go. So I lay it in place. I secure our rear hubs. You can adjust your cross connector to get the width that you need to match up with your hubs. Okay? Then I lift up on the back side. I pull down on the front. And the fiberglass pole will slide right into the T-connector. Then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. There's a little tension there, but that's what's needed to make this secure and stable. So that's the basic setup. If you find that you need more height on the rear, just there's extra sticks for height adjustments, you can go ahead and make the same height adjustment here. If your front passenger feels like this is in the way, there's a height adjustment point here. Okay? Thank you for your time. Thank you for looking at our product. I hope you enjoy your day kayaking. And if there's ever anything you need, please contact us. We're happy to help. Thank you.